Hi friends, this is the fifth lecture of goodness and goodness of nature. What we have seen so far, our first point is goodness is philanthropy. Philanthropy is a Greek word meaning love of human beings. Then second point we have seen is the inclination to do good is goodness of nature. That is a habit. Goodness of nature means it is a habit. And third point in theology, you call this charity. The name given by theology is charity. And doing charity, there cannot be any excess, but there can be errors. And the next point that we saw, the inclination to do good is imprinted in human nature. By nature, we are like that. There is a touch of dignity in all of us. But if you cannot express it towards humans, then you will express it towards animals. That's what the Turks, the story or the Vegan says about the Turks. They are very cruel people, but at the same time they are very friendly and soft towards animals. Then possible errors in doing, there cannot be any excess. But what are the points you have to look into is the errors, possible errors that a person can commit when he does charity. First one is that you should not be too good to be a fool. The Italians said, he is so good that he is good for nothing. Don't be like that. You should always use your discretion. Second is that don't become slaves of officials of the church. The church officials of the church will hoodwink you, will cheat you by saying that if you pay $50,000, all your sins will be forgiven and so on. So don't become a prey to the tyrannical officials of the church. Then do good, but don't be moved by tears of others, emotions. Don't do anything on the basis of emotional feelings. And fourth error possible is that you should give the basic needs you should meet. Not like Aesop's fable, Bacon has quoted that instead of giving a gem to a cock, what the cock requires is a barley corn. So the barley corn will satisfy the cock more than a gem or a piece of gold. What will a cock do? Like that, a student comes for help, don't give him a house, but give him books and not pens and so on. So that will be enough. Or a car, understand? Yes. So, other is give, the basis should be, as we have already seen, this, it should be some, that is the basic need should be there. And then it is, God freely gives rain and shine on all people. Because that is something that is needed for everyone, common goods. But God showers His special blessings on selected people. So that should be like that. Basic needs, of course, you should meet. But the special needs, for example, a student, I remember a student who completed third year MBBS. Then he came to a society, that means an NGO, and put up an application saying his father is no more, he cannot continue his studies. So what the society did was, gave him the fees. That is what is required. That is a choice or a selection that they made. So in that way you should see, according to the needs. See. So then he says, don't, doing charity, don't destroy yourself. That's important. See, you cannot forget yourself and your family. You have to fulfill the responsibilities towards your family, your children, and then also you can do charity. Not that otherwise what will happen is, while feeding the stream, the fountain will be exhausted, will dry up. That's all. Fountain is you. For the streams is people. Those people who come for your help. And then just as you have got good people are good by nature, there are some people who are evil by nature. That's the thing. lighter side of evil, you can say crossness, forwardness, opposing things, and then also you will find that difficult to please. Lighter side of evil-minded people, their crossness means quarreling, forwardness, go forward and then pick up quarrels, and then what happens, oppose everything, and also such people difficult to please. But deeper malice, that would be what you can say envy, then mere mischief, no reason why, but they are doing it. And then we say that they will not even do good for their selfish reasons. Like for example, the dogs licking the sores of Lazarus, the poor man at the table of the rich man waiting. Such people are misanthropy. The other is philanthropy, and this is misanthropy, means hater of man. Like Timon of Athens. Timon of Athens did something, but he had grown a fig tree in his garden, and he invited people to encourage people to come and hang on the branches. So he said that no rent is required, you can come and hang. So that is it. Even say that there are worse, or you can see, you will find the worse people than the Timon of Athens. That is misanthropy. And further he says, aberrations, this is aberrations of nature. That people are born evil-minded. People are soaked in malice, such people. That this is an aberrations of nature. Normally you won't find such. Normal nature is that goodness is imprinted in them. But some days what happens is there are some people who are born 101% evil. We cannot do anything, but we have to. What we can do is only tolerate. Okay, and protect yourself. That's important. And now we continue. Today, what we are going to see is that what are the signs of goodness? How do you find it? How do you judge that a person is good or evil? You can see these are half a dozen ways to find out. For example, first one is that gracious and they are gracious and what is courteous. Sorry, that the spelling is not clear. Courteous, you are courteous towards strangers. Gracious means they are very soft and loving. Compassion towards afflictions. Those people who suffer, he feels compassion. Easily pardons and forgives offenses. Good people are like that. That's right. The rarer action is in virtue. The Tempest, Shakespeare said, rarer action is in virtue. Then being thankful to people, gratitude, and then he gives the example of St. Paul's definition of love. Forgives everything, loves all, sacrifices everything, no complaints, nothing. That is love, definition of love. The famous definition quoted by many, including Bertrand Russell, that is the British philosopher, and that is love in practice. And finally we see, you become another Christ. If you partake in the divinity of Christ when you are doing help to others, or when you are thinking of saving others or redeeming others. This is what the Good Samaritan did. So that's what we are going to discuss today, and that will be the end of the program, essay. These are the main points. The parts and signs of goodness are many. If a man be gracious and courteous to strangers, it shows he is citizen of the world, and that his heart is not an island, means a selfish person, cut off from other lands, but a continent that joins to them. So if you are gracious to strangers, if you are gracious and courteous, your behavior is gentle to the strangers. That means you are not an island, you are part of the world, you are a citizen of the world, and you are in fact part of a continent, that's means the universe. And if he be compassionate towards the afflictions of others, put some added. If he be compassionate, he feels compassion towards the afflictions of others. It shows that his heart is like the noble tree that is wounded itself when it gives the balm. There are certain trees now, you cut it or you puncture a certain part of it, then you get a balm. Some ointment-like thing will ooze out of the bark of the tree. So what is the tree doing? It is wounding himself. For what? For comforting others. The balm is used for comforting others. Understand? So that is what this is. So if it be compassionate, if you are compassionate towards the person, it is like just like a tree giving balm by suffering wounds on its trunk. If he easily pardons and remits sins of others, offenses of others, it shows that his mind is planted above injuries so that he cannot be shot. You cannot be shot means you cannot defeat such a person. You are forgiving everybody. He is above all injuries, so you cannot shoot him. That means you cannot hurt him by doing any harm to him. That is, always you are ready to help others and not. And if somebody offends us, means if somebody attacks him, somebody speaks badly about him, they are like the Zen masters. No? Zen masters are like that. You say anything bad about them, they don't care. They will say, oh, he is like that. They will say, oh, is it like that? They don't care about what other people say. Means because they are so perfect. In that case, so you become like a Zen master. If you be thankful to small benefits, it shows that he weighs men's minds and not their trash. Trash means what is given, silly thing. If you are thankful to a person, that means you are, that he weighs men's minds. That means you are thankful to a man. Even if it's a small thing, you weigh his mind. That means you consider that his mind is very great. Understand? It can be a small thing, but at the suppose you are in the examination, you have only one pen, and the pen goes on a strike. You cannot write. Then the next man sitting here, the next person, may not be your friend, a stranger maybe. He sees that you are in trouble and he says, take it. In the examination hall, you are not allowed to speak. So that means that is the greatest gift that he can give at that time. A thing given at the right time, in the right place, to the right person is the greatest gift. Not as Shakespeare has said, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. You may give a golden chain to a person with a morose face. Take it. There's no value. But you give a 1 rupee note at a time when he is terribly in need, that has got the value of 1,000 rupees. So that is the point. So that what is given is a trash, maybe a silly thing, but the man is grateful to you. That means he is of goodness of nature. But above all, if he has St. Paul's perfection. St. Paul's perfection means the perfect definition given by St. Paul of love. Very famous, world famous, all world famous orators and writers, all of them have quoted that. There he says, love forgives all. Love complains not of anything. Love is willing to sacrifice. So these are some of the phases of love, or the persons who are actually charitable in life. They don't complain, they are ready to sacrifice, they are ready to suffer, they are ready to tolerate. And they are ready to love any person without unconditional love. Like Mother Teresa, unconditional love. So that is. So, recent years, if we have a single person who practiced the love, the definition of love as given by St. Paul, I think it is Mother Teresa. isn't it? I think you also will agree with me. So he says, but above all, if he has St. Paul's perfection, well, the perfect definition given by St. Paul, that he would wish to be an anathema from Christ. So he becomes kind of part of Christ for the salvation of his brethren. It shows much of a divine nature and kind of conformity with Christ himself. So if you are thinking of, if you are ready to offer yourself, if you are ready to love all, if you are got the mind to redeem, if you want the mind to work for the salvation of others, then you become part of the divine, and that is, you become conformity with Christ himself, agreement with. That means you are like Christ himself. That is the acme or the highest point of love. You are ready to sacrifice your life for others. A friend in need is friend indeed. You have come across stories of people in shipwreck. Only 9 persons can be saved. There's one or 9 persons. Only 9 persons can be saved because there are already 9 lifeboats. Then there is a 10th one without the lifeboat. So what will happen? The person who got the lot to be saved, he offers it to another person. The person who did not or who could not get the lot to be saved, he says he is more valuable and more important. He has got a family. I am a religious person. I am only a single man. I am single, but he is religious. Or I am religious and I am single. He is a married person. He has wife and children and family. So my Lord, I am handing over to him. So that is, you are becoming Christ. What are you? You are living God in this world if you are sacrificing your life for somebody else. I hope that you are following very clearly. Now today it's very clear. The signs of goodness, gracious and courteous towards strangers. If you find any man who is gracious and respecting, shows respect, and gracious, magnanimous, Mahatma, that is gracious towards strangers, then you are a man of good nature. Then goodness in nature. These are proofs for goodness in it. Compassion towards afflictions and suffering people. If you show sympathy, then you are a man of charity. Easily pardons and forgives offenses, then you are a man of charity. Being thankful for everything, even for silly things, then you are a man of charity. St. God's perfection or definition of loving practice, definitely you are a man of charity. Be another Christ and be in conformity with Christ's nature, divine nature. That is when you are sacrificing yourself. That is the what we can say the superlative degree level of charity. You are sacrificing your life for others. Hope you have been following and enjoying my classes. And therefore kindly share with this others. But before we leave, stay home. See, ammunition to fight against Corona. You have got stay home, be safe, break the chain, be safe, wear mask, be safe, keep distance, be safe, use soap, be safe, use sanitizer, be safe, you be safe, then we will be safe. This is the best formula for remaining safe in this tough time of Corona. Hope you are enjoying my Corona program also along with this, and the way I am taking these classes for you, you are benefiting out of that. So till we meet again, bye, have a nice day, be academic and alert.